Welcome, Libras. This is your July 6th to July 12th reading. I was going to say June, but all right. What's going to be highlighted for you this week is going to be love and relationships. So let's see what we have for that and get you some clarity and messages here. So, okay, so you could receive some particular communication as it relates to love. So for some of you, like I can see already, like if you're not in a relationship or a partnership, then you do have love coming towards you or it being available to you if that's something that you are desiring. There may also be someone that receives a communication of someone that they may be interested in, like showing or communicating that they're interested in you. Or it just may be like someone, you know, coming up to you, or however it works out. Yeah, there's definitely opportunity for love if that's what you're desiring here. You may also be tempted to go back to like a particular individual or like stay in your comfort zone in some way. So you may not be as open to the new beginning or new opportunities. And some of you may also find that you're sort of like reverting back to either like old, like we said, comfort zones, or you're like not. It could be an ex as well. Let's just say that you are sort of like circling the block, you know, going back to for some reason. But yeah, you're definitely being tempted in some way. So just be mindful of that. Be aware of that. What else is the focus here for Libra? So we have a stubborn, aggressive person and you being protected from negative forces beyond your control. So what I'm like clearly hearing here is that the temptation, whatever you're considering going back to, you are going to be, there's some divine intervention that may happen, that may occur if you're not strong enough to really trust in like who you are at this point in the way that you've evolved and where you are at this time. If you're not as trusting of that, then yeah, divine intervention may come through, because we are seeing here just that confirmation that like it's not changing. What if you're thinking that things are going to be different or they're going to change in some way? That is not the case. People, you know, are on their own paths, and in particular, in this case, this person may not have progressed to the next level yet. They may not have learned their lessons, and that can impact you if you go backwards, because then that means that you may not have learned your lesson or the lesson that you needed to learn from that experience. So that's why it may repeat itself. It may recycle. So it is totally up to you. And if you choose to do that, there's no wrong way to do things. There's no wrong choice. It's just all about what you want to experience and where you are. If you're ready to move forward, if you're ready to let that go, if you're ready to not allow yourself to be distracted from your purpose, your path, from the life partner, the person that is aligned with you and who you are, it is totally up to you what you choose. Okay, so let's look at some obstacles here. Oh, that said a lot there. That's an obstacle, absolutely. But here, okay, so you may be getting off course. You may be unaligned with your purpose and your plan here. So you may have, and we'll just in the 3D sense here, before I take it to the spiritual, in the 3D sense, you may have specifically like identify like, look, this is what I'm going to accept moving forward. Or in a partnership, you may decide and you may have that agreement with your partner that like, yeah, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to let go of the past, and you know, this is how we're going to love each other moving forward. So those plans that you've established, that agreement, may come up with some challenge, or it may be met with some resistance or contrast here, because we are seeing that, yeah, there are individuals that may be stubborn. They may not be as willing to change, even if it was agreed upon. And even if they are desiring that and wanting that as well, it may be just a little bit of a longer journey for them, a little bit of a longer process for them, because they may continue to get tempted by the past and to stay in their comfort zone. We also have the Six of Pentacles coming up here as well. So to me, there's also potentially here a need for some sort of support. So that could be financially or just in a sense of wanting things to be like a particular way, and you may not be as willing to align with that, with those beliefs, with those ideas, with those decisions. You may find yourself feeling like, yeah, that's not who I am. That doesn't define me at this time. That's not what I'm looking for in a relationship or in a partner. Okay, what else may come up here? So we have the Knight of Wands here. So there may also be, in addition to that, you may not feel as passionate, because if there are things you're working through, or if, you know, there was an agreement made and someone's not holding up their end of the deal, then yeah, that may create a lack of passion. It may create contrast. It may create challenges and obstacles here. So yeah, that would make sense that passion may come up as a challenge as you're trying to figure things out and trying to work through things with the person that you are loving. And then again, if you're not in a relationship, you know, some of this may still resonate with you as far as you evolving and growing the self, and exploring and expanding your consciousness from the self perspective. So like self-love here is how you can apply this as well. Again, just depending on how it resonates with you and if it resonates. We also have the High Priestess here. So I want to look at underlying issues here. So root cause. So this is you definitely. And I'll say this very loosely because I don't want to identify where you your spiritual journey, but there is this calling to be more connected with your higher self, and is strengthening that ego higher self connection, and allowing yourself to receive those messages from source, allowing yourself to be divinely guided, allowing yourself to be to receive those activations, those downloads, those codes here is what I'm hearing. Like there's so much more planned for you, and you just may not have recognized or realized that yet, or you may know that but be tempted in the flesh, as they say, or like with just being with someone that's not as open to the evolution that's happening here, and that is a part of this earth journey here that you both are having. So yeah, you may encounter some resistance here, and it may have an impact on who you're becoming, and it's totally up to you if you allow that or not. Okay, so let's look at your beliefs here. We have Seven of Cups, and you may believe like it's all possible, like it can all work together, like, you know, we don't have to part, we don't have to separate ways, we can find a solution that is a win-win for both of us. So I feel like those are really your beliefs here. And also, if this is, we're not speaking about a particular partner in the 3D, and you're growing and evolving within yourself, this could be you really trusting in that process and seeing yourself, visualizing yourself as whole, healed, and complete, and just you working your way on your journey to that place, but knowing that that is you, and remembering that that is you. But now it's about you actually like executing that in the 3D, in your environment here. So let's see, let's look at your approach here. I'm going to get oracles for this. Recognition, reward, we have temporary problems, and this is a really great confirmation that this is all temporary. These distractions, temporary. You don't have to succumb to that. You don't have to submit to that. As well as the contrast that's coming up, as well as the challenges, the obstacles that are presenting themselves, they are temporary. So focusing on the lesson, what you are to be learning from those experiences, is going to be helpful to you, and also may help you to recognize what this is, that you're having that human experience, and remind yourself in those moments of challenge and difficulty that that's what this is about. So what else do we have here on your approach? Knight of Pentacles. So you are open to learning. You are open to growing. You are putting that inspired effort in. And you're wanting to plant those seeds, and you're willing to plant those seeds, and you know that this is a journey, and you know that you and your partner can grow together as well as growing individually and separately, but that does have to be something that you both are in agreement with, and you both want, and you both desire, and you both feel passionate about. Okay? Look at your external environment here. So we have the Three of Pentacles. So quite literally, like, work may be getting in the way. There may be some other and I don't want to necessarily call them obstacles, because what I'm seeing is that for some of you it could be like a family blend type of situation or scenario. So it could be other responsibilities that are not necessarily getting in the way, but are creating just a little bit of a challenge as far as you working through things and organizing the schedule and organizing the time, making sure that everyone is getting enough time and everyone's being treated equally and fairly and everyone's receiving that unconditional love. So, you know, again, I don't want to say it's like an obstacle or an issue, but, you know, there may be a little bit of challenge, a little bit of contrast that comes up that does need to be worked through within the family unit, within the family environment here. Okay, what else? We have the Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, so there may also be a really strong requirement or responsibility as it relates to financials and supporting others. So again, this could be children that maybe aren't within the home, or parents, or you may even be supporting friends in some way. So that could absolutely get in the way. Or it could be that, you know, someone may be working a significant amount of time and that having an impact on the relationship here. And this could be you as well. If there is not a relationship we're speaking of here, this could be you, like, just feeling drained and feeling overwhelmed by the work that you're doing, and that not really allowing you to have that time for that spiritual growth and development, or that rest and relaxation and opportunity to fill your cup. Okay, so let's look at guidance now. So we have the Ace of Wands. Allow those new opportunities to come through. Allow your passion to be ignited. And if this is about you all agreeing and making that agreement, clarifying, refining your plans and agreements to something that works for everyone, for all parties involved, then absolutely do that. And so it doesn't mean that, yeah, if you had this agreement and someone's not holding up their end now, oh, this is just, you know, a disaster, catastrophe. Absolutely not. You can continue to have those conversations, and you can refine the plan based on what feels good to both of you. Maybe it was a little too significant. Maybe it was too much out of their comfort zone. So experiment, test it out. Continue the conversations, continue the constructive communications on it, so that you can figure out the right plan for both of you. Okay, but absolutely take time to get that passion back. Get those self-care practices in. Get your rest and relaxation and replenish your cup, so that you do have and are able to find that passion and that connection again. Okay, so plan a date night. Meditate together, journal together, get out in nature, exercise together, sit at the beach, sit at the lake, whatever it is, go on a picnic, whatever it is, whatever those things are that you do with your partner to cultivate the relationship, you're being guided to do those things. And we have Ten of Pentacles here, just that confirmation of family first, making your family a priority, making your partner a priority, making you a priority. Okay, so absolutely find a way to do that here. All right, what else do we have here? So we have the Page of Pentacles here. Wonderful. So we already spoke about the nature component and perspective, and you are absolutely being guided to do that. Also, I'm seeing like traveling. So if it's like a short stay or an overnight stay, whatever it is, whatever capacity you feel is appropriate for you, it may even be like just taking a long drive. Whatever it is, if you're able to get away, you and your partner in some way, or just even as a family unit, does not matter. Whatever feels good to you and allows you to strengthen the familiar connections is what you're being guided to do here. But there is a nature component tied to this, so it may be something like with nature and having to do with nature. And also a very strong message here about grounding yourself. Okay, so absolutely do that. Work on balancing your earth star chakra and your root chakras. Okay, in whatever way you do that. Potentially meditation. I'm always promoting meditation, so that's a good way to do that. As well as just walking out barefoot in your yard or in grass to, again, just help ground yourself. So we also have the Emperor showing up here. So definitely there's a message here about passion and getting back to that, making time for intimacy, whatever that means to you. Absolutely do that. Find a way. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Flow. Allow yourself to flow. Allow yourself to surrender, again, with those self-care practices, whatever that means to you, and allow yourself to feel good. And in the process, gain knowledge and wisdom. So definitely look out for those signs and synchronicities that are occurring every day all around you, because there's so many messages. There's always a message. It's just a matter of us being tuned in and connected with it. And when you do recognize those signs and synchronicities, a good way to understand them immediately is to think about how you're feeling in that moment. What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? What inspiration comes through to you as you're thinking there. Also, jotting it down and looking them up. So there will be spiritual significance and guidance there for you as well when you're looking up, like the spiritual significance of, 111, or, birds, or, cows, or whatever it is. However you feel inspired to connect is what you're being guided to do, because there's a lot of wisdom and knowledge that's available for you and to you. But it is a matter of you opening yourself up to that and allowing it to come to you and receiving it. Okay? You know what? Let's go here, get oracles here. What else? So we have Gemini energy. So if you find yourself feeling restless, inconsistent, gossiping, just unpredictable shifts in your mood, even if you find yourself being a little two-faced here and there, this could be things that are happening in your relationship, or you could find yourself doing these, or you could find that your partner is subscribing to these types of things. These are just areas that you can recognize that things aren't necessarily going in the direction that I'm wanting or I'm liking, or I need to evaluate what I'm doing here and how I'm feeling and the energy that I'm putting out into the universe. So again, these are just some examples of if you find yourself in this energy, or someone close around you that you do really care about and love, then you may want to consider ways that you can talk through things, that you can bring it up, that you can address it from an emotionally intelligent standpoint, so that you can start to resolve these types of feelings here. What else? Okay, so we have strengthening bonds, and I'm pretty sure we spoke to that, and we talked about all different ways that you can do that. Get those self-care practices in, get out in nature, ensure that you stick to your date nights, have those conversations. Even we have mental conflict coming up here, so it may be about just, having conversations off to the side about how you're feeling today. Connecting more deeply with each other to listen to what's going on just in your regular day. Okay? If this is you, you may, and you're not in a partnership, then this may be you connecting with soul family, connecting with others with like minds, that you can have that platform to talk about things that you're going through, to discuss things, to get some recommendations, to see how others are handling particular conflicts or obstacles. So yeah, that is definitely an option to you. And as well as going within here, more deeply connecting, to listen to your intuition, to receive those downloads and that guidance that you're receiving from within as well. Okay. So what else? All right. So this is about spotting fairies, and if you believe in that, here it is as confirmation for you. So that could be a fun exercise if you are interested in that. We talked about getting out into nature, and I actually saw a video one time of a girl that had talked about she tried to connect with fairies in some way. So it's a really cute little story, but you know, I don't want to go too far into it, but essentially she said that she was a child at the time, but she said that she did go out and she was doing some dances. She was trying to call them in and nothing happened. But then when she went to sleep that night, she did get a dream, and they showed up in the dream and they were like, look, stop calling us. We need you to focus on these particular things, and that's what we want you to do moving forward. So I'm not saying that that is the experience you will have, but just an example of like, if you are open and you want to be creative and you want to explore just the mysteries of the universe, then it's all available to you. And again, just tying it back into the relationships, that is something fun that you can do with the family. Okay. All right. Okay, Libra. So those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.